What up, man? I am back with updated video on you could probably tell by the title of this video we're talking about, and bear with me, I'm a little coffee still. Like, I'm not like sick, I'm just still smoking while I have a cold, so I just have a cough, right? It's annoying. Um so we're talking about entry hacks, okay? Now, if I sound annoyed while I do this video, just bear with me. I've tried to do this video 2 different times already, so it's my third time recording this fucking video. It is very long, but we're going to try to bridge this version uh, without sabotaging the information. All right. Now, when we talk about entry hacks, right? What does that mean? And like realistically, when we're looking at candles in the marketplace, and you're trying to figure out whether it's um you do your analysis, you do your top down analysis. You might figure out what the bias is, you might have a target, right? But the biggest thing is in futures, if we understand that there's not too big of a window that allows for drawdown without, and taking an insane loss, we need to come in and engineer a better entry. All right. Now, the biggest reason why I started thinking a lot about this a few years ago is because I was tired of trying to figure out um and again, let's look at this day. This is a great day. Okay? This is a really easy first example. Now, mind you, the move is straight downside. I mean, we really did well here. A lot of us really did well on this trade here, and we got it down to here, right? Now, my problem is that I know a lot of people in the Discord have no problem with the actual bias or what the chart is likely to do in terms of targeting. Now, the only problem is that let's give some context here. Now, this is clearly like a session turtle soup, right? We have like the 3 a.m. high right here, or 3 a.m. right here, my bad. But this is like a 3:45, 4 o'clock in the morning high, right? Which gets taken out by New York, obviously. So this is a New York optimal trade entry via turtle soup. All right. Now, mind you, I say this all the time. I've given you guys how to break the chart down into sections to then start looking for the candle that you need to actually take the trade. When we talk about entry hacks, okay, this puts a lot of this in the same category of what exact candle do I take the fucking trade? Now, mind you, I started off with a simple situation. And regardless of the actual model that you're using, this is a turtle soup model. I want you to start to think, what exact candle are you taking? And by the time we shift over to, again, there's more than one part to this video by the time I'm done. But when you're looking at some of these things, your whole objective is to come in and say, you know what? Maybe I'm using a turtle soup or a fair value gap or order block, right? These are just like the best three, favorite three. It's cold in here. Hold on. I kind of want the blanket. Okay, give me like 1 sec. Let me scoot over to grab the blanket. It's like cold today. I guess I'm so used to it being like, you know, hot in the summer. It's actually changing. and it's hitting me in the face. There we go. Much more comfortable. Got my big blanket. Okay. Now to light the backwood again. So 6 o'clock in the morning, and the reason why I'm thinking about this now is because I know a lot of people still have trouble with like the chart giving them some sort of anxiety when they understand the move, right? This is completely a downside situation. Once you make it to 8 o'clock and there's no more liquidity above you, and you understand that Thursday is a hot spot for reversals, right? This comes full circle as an idea, but you still need to get in there correctly. And so if you notice, I'm on a 15-minute time frame, okay? And we're going to pop down. But the most important thing is, let's get this situated. This is an optimal trade entry for New York, which occurs between 8 o'clock and 11, okay? Now, mind you, with liquidity, right? Once this top high is taken out, I've taught you to immediately switch your bias. It does not matter how far above this thing it goes for about an hour or two. I don't care. I know that this is likely going to come down, and the biggest clue is that this is wide open too. The lows of London are wide open. And if you look at the structure, yes, I tell you that London could be low of day, but this is clearly not the low of the day. This is your low of the day. 12 a.m. is literally the low of the day until we get to New York, right? But my point is, when you're looking at like some of these setups, before we talk about entry acts, when you look at some of these setups, really look at the angles of how each session is made. If Asia is too trendy like this, number one, it's going to cause London to be more consolidated. X, A, M, and then a D, right? Easy way to do that. But the main thing I'm telling you about is when you do take liquidity above here during New York, this is automatically on the sell side. No, it's not about, well, I saw 4 candles going up and it just didn't look bearish at the time. You are not thinking about function. You're freaking out about structure. And you need to be able to calm down and say, you know what is really happening here? 15, 30, 45 an hour. Like I said, check every hour, check 45 to an hour. Now, my point is, when we're talking about how to achieve better entry points, what does that look like if we do achieve it correctly? Okay. Now, mind you, I want you to I'll actually take a screenshot of this and then send it to the Discord mid video. All right. So let's do that. I want to post that in entry hacks. See this here? So that'll be literally posted in this section for everybody. So watch this. Now, I wanted your attention on the turtle soup, so we're going to keep pretty much just that for now, okay? Once we get to the order block and the fair value gap, you'll completely understand my perspective on this, all right? Now, before I get down to a lower time frame, I want you to understand that this candle here, I'm looking at the top blue one, right? This is the last up candle above our turtle soup, okay? Just really quick, just while I light the blunt, just stare at it, okay? Before I explain why this is of a lot of importance, please just look at it. I want to toss in our liquidity, all right? Now, in your mind, I want you to just look at the blue candle and look at the next maybe 3 candles in a row. So there's a top blue one, there's a white one, and then there's a super long white one here, and then we have these. But I want you to start looking at these up run candles, top candle, and then the down ones. Give it like 15 seconds more. All right. What do you notice? Is my question. Pause the video if you need to. ICT style, right? I totally know what he means because, yeah, you did not just pause the video. You did not. Don't even lie because you're laughing right now that you tried to pause the video because you did not. Thinking, like, damn, how did he know? Like, because me and you have been talking for a while and I know you're not going to pause the video. Anyway, so mind you, we're still on a 15-minute time frame, but the idea is not just this time frame specific, all right? The first thing you notice, okay, is our last candle is above our turtle soup, and I'm going to just move this out the way because we need to talk about it. To emphasize, looking at this scenario here, right? A lot of people have to get used to this. This is really the best when trying to get into the marketplace. Now, we already have the context. The liquidity from the buy side is taken out, so we're clear for sales. We have liquidity under rest to target. Now, when we're actually trying to press the button, the problem is a lot of people actually take trades in the turtle soup, and I'll explain it like this. Once you get to a certain point where you understand internal liquidity versus external liquidity, and you know how to engineer this based on time that's comfortable for you, meaning if you get into a trade while these are bullish candles, in your mind as a beginner, this is more risk on, right? Because you think that this is just not going to stop, or you still have a ways to go before you actually have a reversal point. But a lot of people, once you get comfortable with practice, yes, you can start to take trades in here, start to pyramid in here, and then let this come down. But I'm not saying to let this go crazily into drawdown and you're trying to take, sells right when you get to, you know, the top of the turtle. No, don't fucking do that. Look at this. And if you're looking at NASDAQ, right? This is still way too many ticks, bro. Way too many ticks. So when you're trying to measure it, where, bro? Oh, I keep moving the tools around. Now look, right? Way too many ticks. Way too many. That's a full fucking trade, bro. It's way too many. My point, right? We need to be able to take trades right when the move starts. So how do you do that? What are some clues that you're looking for that are going to cause you to be more on time, not too early, not taking 10 attempts before you're actually in this move? How do you do that? This is where your first entry hat comes in. Now, on this Discord, we talked a lot about highs and lows of singular candles, okay, and how they do a lot for you. So in reality, and I want to change colors here just so it doesn't blend in. Let's do like green. So that's fine. So when you're looking at this top blue candle, and again, the whole emphasis is you're already looking to get into the trade. You have all the rest of the information. You're just looking to press the button when you need to. All right. Now, understand in somebody's mind, they're like, hey, I just want to press the button and I want to, you know, take it when, let's say, for example, you might see these three here, right? And like I said, a lot of people are going to try and come in too fast. You might see this one here. It runs down. So you start trying to pyramid it here, take all these crazy trades. And in reality, you forget that time is of the most importance. This is right before 8 o'clock. Don't take the 7:30. It's still manipulation, isn't it? Mhm. Definitely. But the problem is, the reason why I put a green line here, do you see that this candle comes down the very top wick in the blue, right? Is completely supported. It's not tagged. Let's really get in there. The white candle itself does not take out this candle's high. This is a gem right here. You noticing this, okay, is us basically talking about how not every single candle gets taken out immediately before the move. And I'm talking like the top one, the very bottom candles. Very rarely do these need to produce another wick up here. And what do I mean by that? Yes, these blue candles are all, you can see I forget I have a touchscreen, obviously. White candle supports the low. Blue candle cannot break this low. It breaks the high of the previous candle, goes bullish. Same thing here, goes bullish. Same thing here, goes bullish, right? We have that continued pattern until here. As basic as you can make that. I'm serious. As basic as you can see that. So when you get to I call these I steal Nigel's language on this one. I call this is my root candle. Okay. If I had a root candle, this would be it. This blue one. Because overall, this does so much for you. You're noticing it's having trouble breaking a previous high. We broke a previous low instead. It changes the pattern. You're already in a sell setup and you're waiting for the move to start. So when you get, now me personally, I really love to see the starts on like the 15-minute and 5-minute, and you come down and you can take the entry. And I'll show you in a second. But the biggest thing here is I want you to notice the difference, right? Now, the tough part is everyone's going to watch this video at first and then try to come in and start trying to buy and sell every fucking candle that has this type of pattern, right? But this is what I'm telling you. You're in a kill zone. You're looking for new moves. This is the time to press the button. Now, London kill zone is London kill zone, all right? New York kill zone is different. Now, when you're looking at white candle, this blue candle at the top is not broken and you expand down. Once this starts taking the low here and you know liquidity is in, and you're also in a optimal trade entry in general, meaning it's nothing but a time-based retracement. Feel what I'm saying? So where's 8 o'clock? And that's here, right? So right at 8 o'clock, look at the transition. Right at 8 o'clock. That's not random. Time and price, bro. Okay. You get three candles going down, 8 o'clock starts, boom. Hour going up, 9 o'clock starts, you have your distribution starting, right? Distribution starts, and you get this scenario. The top candle, the wick is unable to be broken. So what the chart is telling you, hey, I'm having trouble going higher here. Now, what I'm telling you to do is start to look for your entries around this block of price. This is going to be a very low resistance area, especially because you're already looking for sales above a turtle soup, session style. This is not bullish regardless of what you're trying to use to enter. All right. Now, again, I want to remind you, this is not just for turtle soup. Fair value gaps and order blocks can be approached this way as well. So when we get down here, okay, now I want you to understand this. All right. This is what I'm saying. Not every single candle gets taken out immediately. You're going to notice before huge moves, there needs to be at least one candle somewhere that's a transition point. It's a complete transition point. Now we get down to this 5 minute. This is why I showed you the 15 first. Because in your mind, now you're like, yo, well, okay. I see that a 15-minute chart really only produced our root candle, and we had one candle that we needed that we could have sold on and just took the fucking trade, right? That's how it feels. Now watch this. ICT always says this, and we want to do it for ourselves, right? Refine structure to how you need it. So the same way that I'm coming down here and I'm looking for a what? Root candle. Now in your mind, okay, I'm gonna show you another example of when it's not so clean and when you need to put in some work on it. But the thing is, yes, you have a bunch of up candles. This is a doji candle and it stops. The next candle next to it fails to get up there. And you, even if it is a doji candle, it doesn't matter. It fails to take this high here completely. And you break down. So when I see this right here, oh yeah, I'm taking cells right there. Entry hack number one. If you really want to get your range runners better, right? The moment that it causes me to have a root candle and 1 to 2 candles this direction over the turtle, again, in a kill zone. Oof, that was a lot. But this will come more natural to you because you're already trading New York OTE style setups anyway. You're looking for what the objective is. And again, if you notice the turtle, bro, this weed app sucks. Oh my God. Yeah, this weed's terrible. It's just annoying. But anyway, when you're looking at a scenario like this, we're looking for one of the first sell candles in the move. That's the point. And again, if you see how, if price is really sell side, it's going to take out the lows and start respecting highs. Now, another thing, right? I'm gonna add a gem on the end of this, but we're not going to talk about it now. All right. Now watch. Look at this. Now, obviously, in this one example, you get really, really good results. Okay. Mind you, what do we talk about? You want to stay in your trade longer? Just start to watch the candles. Get off the 1 minute. Watch the candles. The 5 minute is great for time management, trade management, target management, right? The same way you have lows being broken and the highs respected. Look at these all the way down. And the only time it really comes up here to do a high broken to look, I said that horrible. Only time it comes up to break a high and to either break another low or to rebalance a fair value gap or rebalance an order block, start a mitigation block. But in reality, even mitigation blocks aren't really taking liquidity if it's a sell side mitigation block. It's probably going to do it once and then start just coming down, right? The only time you really start breaking highs is when you get an imbalance. See what I mean? And it goes right back to do its doing. That's it. When the move is over, yeah, you're going to get candles start to respect lows, or my bad, they're going to start respecting lows, right? And then start breaking highs. Now, it doesn't have to do it, you know, consecutively, and then the move is just over. Nope, it's not how it goes. Obviously, you get another leg down, right? It goes about equal, so it's not like you missed anything. But if you took profit here and whatever you watch that, you're not missing anything. But realistically, right, the whole thing is price aggregates, right? It is going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. But obviously, when you look at something like this, Like I said, not every single candle is taken out. This is the candle that's the root to this move. That's why I call this a root candle, me personally. Okay. Now, I want you to understand the whole point is to sell once price takes out that root candles low, or you have two candles in a row that support your bias. This is really important. You really want to have at least two candles in a row that support your bias. Now, me personally, this is a blue candle, but I mean, it's not really doing anything. Yeah, this could kind of come down and blast back up, right? So you're watching for that. You're watching for it. You're not coming in blind and saying, you know what, okay, this is the confluence that he gave me. Let me just put the trade on and say, fuck it. No. I tell people all the time, it's still on you to play perfect offense and defense. And what I mean by offense is you're already looking for your root candle to the expansion and to take your trade. No PD array needed. You can use one to make it easier on the actual area you're using to participate from, but no PD array fully needed for you to hit the button. What you do need, logical setup, and you need to come in and say, you know what, even though this is not a white candle, we're failing to take out the high here. Now, this is only one high. There's nothing else above this. So you might want to verify it with a second white candle. Okay. Now, if you have multiple highs in this area, let's say you have one here, you come down, maybe you thought this was a range runner, and maybe price actually did the opposite. Sometimes it could look just like this and blast back up, no problem. And so if you have like a second high in here, you can actually then come in and use another candle next to this as a new root candle if this one breaks. Okay. So again, it's not a one-stop shop. It's not really like a scenario that's going to keep you attempting 10 fucking times. You have to be aware of your surroundings. Now, yes, we're going to come down to the 1 minute and check it out. We are going to normally get in on the 1 minute. But the thing is, what I want you to just really get wind of is you see how I'm going down the time frames in order as I'm showing you the same scenario? I'm showing you all the stuff that you can see visually that help with your theory. This is that top 15, 5, 3 minute candle. This is nice. And so it looks like a singular high, right? When you get to a higher time frame, the 1 minute is producing three candles here. Ooh, this is so clean. Look at this. You still have a root candle here. This is the really the 1 minute root. You get both of these candles that fail to touch the top of this one. Look at that. See what I mean? Everything we do in the marketplace is fractal. All my concepts. This one is mine. I don't care what nobody told you. My concept. And so it's cool that I want you guys to be able to come in and engineer things for yourself just like this. And so when I say, you know what, no, this is a root candle for me, boom, that means I'm not expecting shit to get back up here at all. At all. At all. And if it breaks, I'm out the trade. This also is your stop loss. You could do so many things. Stop loss. But you have to get wind that this is the root candle. You feel me? You feel me? Now, the space between this right here and these candles, watch this. Okay. Now, we're on the 1 minute. So a lot of us trade from the 1 minute, and that's fine. But I want you to really start looking at like the range on this, right? So let's say this candle starts printing. Now look, we're about 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Like this candle alone is about under 20 ticks. About 20, under 20 ticks. Okay. Now, from our stop loss, it's going to be around 20 something, a little over, right? Yeah, about 21 ticks from that stop loss area. Okay. Now, I want you to think about this. Now, depending on the assets that you're trading, we're talking about futures right now, we're talking about NASDAQ. So if we're talking about the area between a stop loss root candle high for sells and, again, we're talking about 1 to 2. Yes, a third candle can be acceptable when you get to like lower time frames like the 1 and 2. But when you're on like a 15 or a 5, you don't want to like, not saying you can't find another root candle. You definitely can. But my whole point is you want the first one. I'm teaching you guys first to look for the first one. Come in on a 5-minute chart, 15-minute chart, and then refine it down to the 1-minute chart. Find your 1-minute root candle, and you want to be on the trade 1 to 2, 3 candles next to the root. When it starts moving, that's you verifying it. And again, your time is good. 9:12, 9:13, 9:15, bro. It's distribution time, 90-minute cycle, so you know a move is there. A move will start soon. It could be 9 o'clock. It could be 10 o'clock. It could be 10:30. The kill zone is 8 to 11. Now, some people say, "Oh, you don't have to use kill zones if you know what you're doing, and you can just take the." No, no, I don't subscribe to that. I like the kill zone because it matches you inside of the distribution for the 90-minute cycle. Why would you ignore that? Not saying you can't trade manipulation, but what's the point of complicating your trading when the manipulation can give you the form of a V, upside down V, an M, or a W? You know what I mean? But the biggest thing here, I want you to take away this, that when we're talking about entry hacks, right? The main idea is to you to take this expansion. And when all these candles start to aggregate, and for those who are not familiar with my language, aggregating is just the back and forthness of the market. You know, it's going to go up, but it doesn't mean necessarily it's bullish every time it does that, right? Clearly. So it's going to, give you a situation where there's a top candle and the move has to start. It's leaving you with an area or a candle that is untouched, completely telling you or verifying your direction. And you're not going to look at that immediately as buy side liquidity for that to get taken. That's not the purpose of this. My bad. I had to hit the blunt real quick. But the whole purpose is to find a root. Now watch. I want to show you something. All right. Now, the same thing of what we just talked about. Okay. Now, this is London tonight, or this is Monday. Again, I'm not trading this shit. I don't give a fuck. I was up watching Tulsa King, which is a really good fucking show. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. Cause I need somebody to rant to with this show. Cause like I think my mom put me on this show, and I've been watching it for a while. It's pretty good. Go watch. Now, first thing that stands out here, right? We all know that the sessions indicator. Also, I'm going to talk about that later, but when you're looking at this right here, we're going to start at 3 o'clock. So, my God, come on, bro. Okay. So, I just wanted to delineate like the start of actual London, right? And again, on the 1 minute, this is a whole hour before, this is obviously 4 o'clock, right? So, if I put in now bear with me, I understand that I tell you all the time, the kill zone is really between 2 and 5 on London, okay? And that's only because like after midnight, you're starting to look for that protraction phase or that wick to be made for the day. So the thing that makes London so powerful is that this could really be like the wick for the day, you know? But more importantly, on what we're talking about is the kill zone, 2 to 5. All right. Now, mind you, I talked about root candles so far. So in this area, what's the first thing that's to stand out to you based on what we're talking about? And again, we're in hindsight, so I understand price is already bearish. You already have that in hindsight. Okay. Now, where are the top two areas that I'm interested in? Obviously, right? And now here, right? Now, you know why this is dumb easy, right? Now watch. Let me zoom out for you real quick. Let me give you some context. All right. Let's come back to the one, but I'm gonna show you this on the five. All right. Now my point, right, is and we get it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll even give you this one. I'll even do this one, right? Now this one is the fair value gap example. And I totally believe like where we at with it. Let's throw a prediction in there real quick. Uh, Watch. Now, let's see if we can get this sell side liquidity. I mean, again, this is a nice top candle here, nice root candle, plus expansion, right? So check that out. Okay. Now, again, like I said, I want a 5 minute. So this is a little low for me. I'd like to be up here if we were to start this move. Not saying you can't take a trade or find a door to the trade, but my point is, like, I like real range. Okay. I don't want you guys to start trying to, oh, well, you told me about the entry hack, so I'm just trading a continuation and I'm trying to go for 50 fucking ticks. And, in reality, your drawdown is a lot bigger than that. So don't fucking take a trade like this and start going through this bullshit right here. And you're already like, you know what I'm saying? Look, you're already like, this is too much range, bro. It's too much. I just said, yeah, I'm not expecting this to like really come up. But at the same time, look at this thing, right? If you trusted this as a little range runner, whatever, and again, I understand the structure is stupid here, but let's say you call it, this little move here. It's not as clean, but if you started here or whatever going down, I'm not saying it's bad, but the thing is, when you get a move like this, yeah, you're gonna have to start, you know, trade managing in here for sure. This is already too aggressive. Now, I'm not saying you can't see an aggressive move like that on NASDAQ on a 5 minute if you have a bigger idea. But my thing is, you don't want to like, close to your entry point. You don't want this. You want like straight expansion, go, 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 damn near no drawdown if you can fucking help it. My point is, when you get into a kill zone, like I said, it's not just New York. When you get into a kill zone, you're going to come down and say, you know what? I'm looking for my root candle plus expansion. Now, what did I say before? Yes, you're going to have a lot of these motherfuckers, man. This is going to start to annoy you at first and you're going to get used to it. All right. Mind you, you're trying to figure out when to sell this thing, right? So you have a top candle here, nice wick on it, right? And again, you're looking for this to come down. Okay. You already sell side, right? Or maybe you have the bias some other way, right? No, I don't care about go back levels for this example. This is strictly market structure examples. Use the go back levels for confluence and however you like to trade that, and add this to your just generic button pressing routine. That's the point here. So when you're looking at this, right? Okay, so maybe we trusted this. Let's go down to the 1 minute, right? Before we talk about the second one. Now, watch. Now, this is nice. This is actually really nice. Think about it. It's a really nice scout. So like here you have it's about three, a little after three, about 10 minutes after. Okay. So also another thing I'll talk on this with you guys here really quick. You don't really want to trade till about 10 minutes after every hour candle. So I'm really starting to look like 10 minutes after the hour. Don't start to give yourself anxiety right at fucking 2, 3, 4 o'clock. Let it give you some context to help you. Look, if you're trying to get out of a trade as well, if you're trying to take profits and it's coming up on the end of an hour and you don't like how it's looking and it's kind of like 1050, get the fuck out of there. Or my bad, not 1050. I would say like 11:10 or like 12:10 or like 1:10, like 10 minutes after the hour, you're trying to look for confluence to stay or to get the fuck out. That's going to be a hot spot to tell you that you're right or wrong. So you don't want to take trades like in the first 10 minutes of an hour, and you want to really start evaluating also while you're trade managing 10 minutes after the hour. Now, we're in a kill zone here. I want to, make sure you can see it all the way. Notice this is a great root candle. Nice wick on it, right? And again, look at the scenario. It's the same as what we saw before. All right. Watch. You have a massive blue candle. All right. Here. This wick comes in. Now, when this starts expanding, we like this. Now, we need this to be non-lethargic, though. It needs to be speedy. It needs to hold this high. It needs to be a really nice body underneath this in a kill zone. Now, when we see that, now even this one here, I like that. See how it takes out two in the same candle? I like that. Now, I mean, I'll be honest. If you get comfortable with these ideas and you start seeing how, again, maybe you even try, but I mean, seriously though, you really want a good wick on it. This is going to be really easy for you. Don't try to take the ones that are hammers or reverse hammers or, you guys have never heard this, but dolphin candles. I'm not going to get into what those are. If you ever heard of that before, you know what I'm talking about. We like what we call kangaroo tails. All right. Find what we call the kangaroo tail, which is a long wick that's unbothered by other candles. Kangaroo tail. Used to call that or use that term in the 80s. All right. When you see this right here, right? Pops down. And this is a really, really interesting move here. Only because when you're like, yo, I like the expansion here, but I'm unsure whether to take the trade on. Again, because what we said was we like normally, 1 to 2 candles, right? But you really want to, again, you need liquidity. So if there's no real liquidity in here, and you can tell me if there's anything that you could really aim at. I'll be honest, there's nothing really super close to you that's, super flat spotted. Maybe except like, a little open here. Now the buy side of that liquidity was taken immediately, of course. But when we're looking at like, you know, um, possible areas to aim at, let's say you try this one and you want to like try to take it down, like literally just using market structure. We did this on Thursday. We just used imbalance. This is wide open. It's the same thing as using like a I'm not saying fair value gap for entry is like the end all be all for entries, but same way buy side and sell side liquidity are normally external. If you don't have a clean external to target, and look at that. Before I even dragged it over, you see how perfect that fucking was. That's what I mean, bro. You need something to aim at. So none of this is just random when you're trying to take these. It's a small turtle that you get here. That's why I like this little turtle, right? And you peel off into about a probably 2, 3, 5 minute imbalance, and it runs it up again. So it returtles, right? And then it works here. But my problem is, what I'm saying is, do you see how all the bullshit here that mm, I'm saying that like all the bullshit you would be able to avoid in this area here just by looking for a kangaroo tail at a really nice resistance point that makes sense to you and it's completely time based. So the same way this is like, early in the 3 o'clock hour, you might be more comfortable going towards like 3:40, 4 o'clock, you know, end of a distribution, or the middle distribution, or going into Q4, right? That might be cleaner for you going into Q4. And look at this. This is Q4's reversal. But the main idea is you get a kangaroo tail, you get a range runner, but if you don't sell this exact candle, it's kind of hard to get in, right? And you only have but so much external liquidity. You basically only have this low here, so there's not too much range on it. That's what I want you guys to understand. You can completely look at a setup from A to where you're trying to target and look how many sell side liquidity targets are available to you. I guarantee you, once it takes out that external, it's going to give you a motherfucking reversal. Don't matter the range. It could be as small as this. This is the only range you're offered, from here to here. That's it. That's why you get a rundown, and you slightly don't even shake this imbalance till later. And they left that open to tell you for a reason. You know what I mean? So the same way that we marked that imbalance lower, it didn't quite get taken here. We can see that. And so now, what does that do? Obviously, if this was the only liquidity available in this range, it needed to give you way more so that when it popped down again, it's able to actually get down there. You know what I mean? That's why you're able to be met with this here. Not like any of that matters, just trendline liquidity to lead you into more selling. Now, that's why when this only offers you a little range, you might know beforehand not to take that. See what I did there? I'm giving you a logical reason why I say play perfect offense and defense. No, you don't just take a fucking trade because you have a target low as fuck and you think that, okay, well, I got liquidity right here, so I'm gonna just take the first. No. Let the thing give you some fucking range. Let it give you more liquidity if you are absent of external range liquidity. The internal will be there. However, now look at this. Now, like I said, if the first one doesn't work the way you want it to, that's fine. Maybe you scalped that first one, maybe you missed it. Now, we don't care. But what we do care about, you make yourself available. You do not just give up because you think that's the one and you missed it. No, 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 no. And no, you don't start fucking buying because this is not bullish. You can scalp this if you understand the idea that's happening in here. Maybe you thought that this bullish move was going to come into this imbalance, all right? And you think it's going to run down from there. Logical. But when you get evidence that it's not going to do it yet, then you stay out the fucking trade. You're saying, damn, it might actually go for liquidity again. Okay, no problem. Now, mind you, I've given you guys this before. I've said this before. Break it down. No, you're not confused that, oh, man, well, I don't know if it's still bearish. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't tell. I'm just confused at this point. Fuck that. If you're still confused, then you don't take a fucking trade. You wait for something, and like you said, your bias is probably already correct. Damn, bro, I knew it was going down. I knew it. Yes. Just because it gives you a little turtle here don't mean it can't do it again. But you're making yourself available to this right here. Watch. Maybe it's the fair value gap. Okay. We figure out it's not the fair value gap. Then maybe it's the high. You feel what I'm saying? So you either try it here or you try it here again when it gives you another opportunity, right? Now, mind you, the whole time, even if you start to use this fair value gap, what are we going to do? We're going to find another route. We're looking for a kangaroo tail to sell this. Now, you might have actually took that. Now, this is clean. I ain't gonna lie. right off the fair value gap. Kangaroo tail with an expansion. I ain't gonna lie, I would have tried this right here. I would have tried that. I would have liked that right there. Now, mind you, all this liquidity engineered too. Yeah, I would have tried that. Fuck yeah. And you know what? Don't have no shame in your game if this doesn't work for you the first time. And you're like, dang, I got out too early and fuck. Like, no, don't bitch. Don't bitch. Just try it again. Try it again. I'm trying to tell you. If it doesn't work and there's a reason for it, you see something suspicious. Now I'm pointing towards every time the candle breaks a low and respects a high. Respects the high, breaks the low. See that? And it comes down. Now these are micro, these are small. But the whole problem is you're trying this fair value gap. Now, if you can see us to still make a liquidity, all right. No, you don't have to try it this close together. But obviously, if it's coming down and you feel comfortable with that, you can try it. But my point is, don't just freak out, okay? When you see this come up again, you plan for it. You're still playing offense, or my bad, you're still playing defense on protecting your account until this thing starts to really go, how it does here. Really start to play that defense. Don't let your idea go. Keep that same mental focus until your idea works. Balance your mental energy. Okay. So when you do get to an area like this, you're not burnt out, you're not frustrated, you're not crying, you're not revenge trading, you're just simply doing your job. Kangaroo tail, as small as it is, right there. Why do we know that? The next candle fails to get above that. I mean, even that small. I'm serious. I'm looking for that. See what I'm saying? Root candle. We get our little retracement, even if it could be a little, consolidation or whatever, that's fine. As long as it's not touching this top candle. And look how close we get 1 and 2 times. We get close, but no dice. And then look, you're able to set her up for this. People ask me all the time, how I'm able to do this. You do this long enough, you'll actually start to be in before fair value gaps. And you can actually pyramid in the fair value gap. Ooh, isn't that sick? But watch. But wait, there's more. Billy Mays ass nigga, right? Watch this. Kangaroo tail. Expansion. You pyramid. Again. And what's already made for you? What's already made for you? Sell side liquidity. What's already made for you? Sell side liquidity. What's another one? Sell side liquidity. Zoom out again. Where you at now? Now you're starting to think. You feel me? Let it start to run and move. Your first one will be here. You can get in here again. Get in here again. Now you got 1, 2, and 3 contracts. You get good at this. 2, 4, and 6. And you make how much money? I suck at small math, so you're going to have to tell me. You see my point. You see my point. Ooh, you see my point. And you're met with what? Lows being broken, highs being respected. Lows being broken, highs respected. Only time it comes up is to do what? What did I say? Imbalance. This is real market structure, bro. I'm telling you. The market is completely telling you what it wants to do. Root candle. expansion. Simple. It really is. It really is that simple. You could do it on anything. I mean, bullish, bearish, same thing. Now, you can also do it with a candle body, but I prefer the kangaroo tail. I prefer the kangaroo tail. Obviously, nice move, right? But we don't care about that. We don't care. We care about kangaroo tail. And I really like this attached to a turtle soup, obviously, right? Take the trade right here. See that? Did we get that? Did we get that draw of liquidity? Hold on. Let's check. Did we get that DOL? Not yet. We got close though. Let's see. So this is my point, right? Like I want to see this DOL get taken. This the 517 low. I want to see that low get taken, but again, we're talking about range runners. And that's what my group likes to call them, right? That's what my group likes to call them. So you guys are familiar with the CRT. It's no different. But what I really like, right, is I really like one candle stop loss. They say it can't be achieved. Yes, it can. What's difficult about a one candle stop loss? You can't take the trade here and use that as a stop loss? Why not? The difference is I'm telling you where to find it. It's not just any random candle. No. You need to be able to realize and identify how to find the one candle stop loss. It's not difficult. And we talked on it. Now, I want to see this. Yo, it's mad funny because, I mean, again, this whole video is not about gold back levels. It's not. Entry hacks. But when you're looking at this, right? What's your 5 minute perspective? Kangaroo tail came down, expanded lower. This is a nice scalp. And let's say you didn't like the imbalance here, and especially you don't like the reaction from the imbalance here. I could see why you would want to take some off the table from up here if you were, down here, and that starts to pop in. Don't let that run against you. It's obviously going to run up, clearly. You know what I'm saying? Now, my thing is, right, order blocks. You can do the same thing at order blocks. You feel what I'm saying? All right. So if you are telling me that it's really tough for you to find, um, let's go to like a real algorithmic order block though. What the fuck? Oh, I'm like above this, and I was like, what the hell? So let's go. Yeah, same thing. Works fine. You can see evidence of that right here. Now again, we're still focused on this 81 power of 3. Watch this. So if we're talking about order blocks, right? That's my partition here for order blocks. Now I could see it before I put the partition in. Right? But watch this. Whole point, right, is for us to find a real order block and then look at the structure of scenario. Now, if we know this is our order block, right? Boom, up close candle gets taken out by a down close move, a powerful one, comes back, and again, look how price is outlining your move here, right? Now watch this. Dude, I'm like watching the sun come up. It's like crazy. All right, now watch this. I'm on a 3-minute chart, okay? So I want you to understand, we talked about the kangaroo tail, and even if we have a consolidated point, we understand that we need it at a resistance point. So the same way I showed you that like you could do it at a turtle soup, which I personally like the turtle soup ones, you can do it at a fair value gap. That was a killer one, right? You can also do it at an order block. So let's come down here and you know me, I'm a fuck around and not be able to find the whole shit. So let's come down to the 2-minute chart and find it again. Oh, there we go. See what I mean? I would not have found that very quickly. Now, order block's going to look whatever on this time frame, right? But now the point, we trade into the order block's high here. Now in this area, you're still looking for range runners. You're still looking for top root candle to the expansion. And bro, I'm gonna tell you guys again. The whole point of my channel is to teach you guys in a way to where you could come on the same way that I like to do this type of thing. Take what I'm saying, remix it for how you like to use the concept. Trading is artwork. It's your artwork. Don't let even me come on and tell you, yo, you can't do that. You can't do this. As long as it comes from a place of logic, algorithmically, and you understand how time and price moves within a structure, and you're telling me, yo, I love the one candle stop loss idea, bro. I'm digging it. It helps me so much with my risk management. Tweak it. Move it around. Play with the numbers. You don't have to keep it within, you know, how I'm giving you like a 20 tick or how I'm giving you like a certain amount of candles that I like within my setup, you know what I mean, between 2 and 3 candles on the 1 minute. Experiment. You want to try a fourth candle? Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. But what I am telling you to do is open up your mind to you do not need to come in and accept like ridiculous drawdown every time you have an idea. You don't have to do that. Kangaroo tail. Candle next to it does what? Breaks a low. Now, you can even take it a step further. Watch, I'm gonna do this for you real quick. Watch this. Now, right in this area, OHLC that shit straight up. And they say, well, Jay, I will still take a great amount of, you know, drawdown only because I know what you're thinking. In between this low here and that wick, right? Still about 40 ticks or so. All right, okay. But you forgot what I said earlier. You forgot what I said earlier. What am I looking for to take the trade? Like I said, I've already thought it for you. You can try to find gaps in the logic if you want to. 2 white candles in a row, or 2 candles for the direct intended bias that you're using. 2 candles, not just one. You can try the first one. Sometimes they go in the first one and it's not as much drawdown. But you really want to have two in a row. So when this candle, right, open, high, range expand, you're really going to take the trade there, not there. Now again, you know why? This will close blue. We don't have two white ones in a row until we get here. So what do I mean about OHLC? Right? Watch this. All right. Now let's right, so all right. Let's say it's a white candle. All right. Matter of fact, not a white candle. This is this white candle. All right. So we're going to do another wick. Now watch. Simple. Open. When a bearish candle is formatting itself, what's the order that it goes in? It has to make an open. It's going to go up first. Yeah. To do what? Make a wick, right? Then it's going to range expand. And what I mean by that is this is the literal body of your candle. The body of the candle tells the real story. Now, again, that's why I say to not get faked out by this little wick part. Yes, you can wait for a fucking literal minute and let the next candle start to give you a straight bearish candle. Open, high, the range expansion, it's going to go all the way low, then it's going to close. You feel what I'm saying? Well, I said, and then ultimately you're close. It does me dirty every single day, I swear. And it's funny people ask me like, why don't you use the shortcut? I know all the shortcuts already. I'm just too lazy, okay, to hit the damn button. I've spent more time on TradingView than you've probably spent time breathing. All right? Tell you that now. Open, high, range expand. Catch this motherfucker on the range expansion. When you realize that the range expansion is the part of the candle forming at the moment, take the trade. Especially when it takes this low here, this is really a sweet spot. Because in reality, and look, you never get up here again, right? That's my point. You're avoiding the drawdown here between this low and this high. You might be able to get the range here for profits, but you don't need it. So you're going to clear an area that is just low resistance in nature in your direction, but it's also highly protected in that moment. People overlook just, again, look at one candle at a time. Seriously. Seriously. And we're on a 2-minute chart, bro. This does not take long to do. Kangaroo tail. Expansion. Take a fucking trade. Where do you land? You have liquidity here. It makes more here for you. And so on and so forth, my guy. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I talk about it that way. Yes, you want this draw or you want the DOL, right? Sure. But what do we also talk about in range? You need range. You need liquidity. You need new liquidity. This week we'll be talking a lot about just general and just basic fucking liquidity. Because I feel as though a lot of people come into my DM and they ask me, um, you know, like, how do you know a move is done? Or how do you know a move is still going? Or how do you know there's X amount of range? Gotta keep your eyes open. And this was our part one to this video. Part two should be out probably by the end of the day. And yeah, man, I was sick all last week. You guys are asking me like, damn, no videos this week? Nope, not this week. I couldn't talk. Couldn't talk. Literally. So, um, I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. I'm hyped. Like I said before, bro, when we made it to 90 whatever followers, we made it to 111 followers. Yo, that sounds like a million followers to me right now. You have no idea how I feel about that. Yeah, well, I'm hyped. I'm about to go smoke another backwood and get some breakfast. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. And that was fun.